The flash went off while her hand was still on my chest. Not affection, placement. She leaned in, eyes narrowed, lips barely moving so no one else would hear. "Move out of the picture," she sneered. "Your face is ruining the aesthetic." Laughter rippled behind her. Champagne glasses hovered. Someone adjusted the cake candles. The photographer waited, impatient. I looked at the phone camera still raised in her friend's hand. Saw myself reflected there. A prop, a blemish. I stepped sideways. Out of the frame. No one noticed when I kept walking. The music swallowed my footsteps. The lights blurred. I passed coats, gifts, half-familiar faces that had eaten at my table and smiled at my back for years. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't slam the door. I just got in my car and drove. At a red light 3 blocks away, my phone vibrated. Not from her, from one of her friends. She's still crying. I stared at the message until the light turned green again. Then I drove through it. I replayed the moment over and over. Not because it hurt, but because it clarified. The way she said aesthetic. Like I was clutter. It wasn't new. It was simply the first time she forgot to pretend. There had been signs. Always signs. They only look obvious once you stop lying to yourself. The way she flinched when I touched her shoulder in public. How she curated her life online. Like a museum exhibit. With me carefully cropped out. How she laughed louder at other men's jokes. How her phone never left her hand, but never unlocked around me. I told myself it was distance, stress, evolution. Marriage doesn't decay overnight. It erodes, grain by grain. The birthday party was just the moment the foundation gave way. That night, alone in the quiet of a hotel room I didn't plan to be in, I scrolled through our photos. Or rather, her photos. In the last year, I existed only in reflections. Windows, mirrors, accidental shadows. I thought about the photographer, her friend, the way his hand lingered when he adjusted her pose, the way she softened around him in a way she hadn't around me in months. I didn't rage. Rage is sloppy. I slept. And when I woke up, I started counting. I became observant. Quiet. She didn't notice. She was too busy performing grief for the audience she needed sympathy from. I noticed the second phone she kept in the car. The calendar entries labeled Jim that aligned with his days off. The receipts for hotels 30 minutes away. I didn't confront. I collected. Phone records were easy. Shared plans make people careless. So was the cloud backup she forgot was still synced to the tablet she'd given me years ago. Photos I was never meant to see. Her smile in them was different. Unfiltered. Unburdened. I watched videos with no sound, studying her body language like evidence. This wasn't an affair born of loneliness. It was entitlement. I booked a DNA test, too. Not because I suspected our child wasn't mine. Because I needed to know how deep the lie went. Every answer removes a weapon from the other side. I lived normally. Cooked, worked, smiled. She mistook my calm for weakness. People always do. The results came on a Tuesday. Digital, clinical, absolute. Our child was mine. Relief passed through me, but it didn't soften anything. It sharpened it. Because now I knew the betrayal had a boundary, which meant it was chosen. That night, she asked if we could talk. I nodded. I placed my phone on the table between us, opened the gallery, turned it toward her. No words. She froze, then collapsed inward, hands over her mouth like she could push the truth back inside herself. She cried, apologized, explained. I let her. When she finished, I slid the envelope across the table. The DNA results. I checked everything, I said quietly. Because I don't like uncertainty. She looked at me like she was seeing a stranger. That was fair. She had never met the version of me who stops caring about being loved, only about being free. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I thanked her for the clarity. The next morning, I moved my money, my name, my future. By the time she realized what was happening, the house was just a structure, not a home. I left the divorce papers on the counter beneath one of her framed photos. The aesthetic one. She called, texted, sent friends. That's when the message came. She's still crying. I typed back once. I know. Then I blocked the number. I don't hate her. Hate requires investment. What I feel is cleaner than that. Absence. The kind that doesn't ache, The kind that doesn't look back. I wasn't ruining the picture. I was removing myself from a frame that never deserved me. And once you step out, you realize how small the scene really was.